Welcome to the Eclectic Thrifter and Crafter, where we thrift and craft with purpose. It's Tea Tuesday, or in my world, Crafty Tuesday. Hello! Today for our project, I will be making 1/12 scale photo albums. Before we get started, I'd like to share with you how I'm storing some of the minis that I find. I am using sports card sleeves and binders. The bulkier minis can be stored in small bead boxes. When we need to be economical with our space, this is a perfect solution. Projects that I'm getting started on, I'm combining the use of sports card sleeves as well as report page sleeves for storing my project pieces. The photo album that you saw at the beginning of the video is what I've used to scale down to reach the size that I need for my miniature photo albums. The images that you see are just images of vintage books, and I have printed them on sticker paper. If you're going to use sticker paper, remember to leave yourself a tab so you don't lose track of the print when you go to remove it from the paper. This black sheet of paper is vintage paper from one of my family photo albums. Fortunately, I have 5 or 6 of these vintage albums from my family. They are getting harder to find in the thrift store, but when you do, they usually have a considerable amount of paper inside of them. I will be making 2 different styles of photo albums today. These are simply going to be in the style of an average book, and the other is going to be more of a traditional photo album. For the second style of album I'm going to be making, I'm going to be using covers from damaged Bibles. They have the perfect texture and the perfect thickness for 1/12 scale books. I have reduced a handful of family photographs for the photo album today. I think this is a fun idea, even if you do not have a dollhouse or you're not a miniaturist. I think it's a delightful little gift for any occasion. Filled with family photographs, I think would make a wonderful keepsake. And what you're going to want to do is use the end of your ruler to find the spine of your book and create a fold. It will make it easier to form the book this way without making it crooked by trying to eyeball it. Use the end of your ruler. And I do apologize for the band-aids on my fingers, but the weather and working out in the garage, it has been really rough on my hands this week. Once you have a lovely crisp fold, you'll be ready to start filling it with your pages. Having all your pieces pre-cut and ready to go before your project begins, as well as using a paper cutter, is the ideal way to go. But I've never made these before, and so I thought I'd share the process with you. I am using pH neutral PVA glue. This glue is used in repairing book bindings. It may not be necessary, but I'm going to apply a second coat of glue on the binding. Now we're going to move on to the second style of photo album we're going to make. I'm going to take that book cover and I'm going to put a black piece of paper on the inside and make it look professional. But before I do that, I'm going to pre-bend the front cover of the album. The assembly process is now ready to begin. With a sewing machine needle, I'm going to create pilot holes at one end of the photo album. We will run our threads through that, and that will create our binding. After creating the pilot holes, I took the little albums down to the garage, and with this little drill bit, I drilled through the paper and the covers and made a nice neat hole. Now we're going to take a curved needle and mark our spots so we don't shift anything. And we'll take a second needle and some embroidery thread and run it through to create our binding. Once you've brought your thread through the front, make a double knot and then tie it with a little bow. The second little album is complete. Now we can move on to the book style album. I'm going to use the pH neutral PVA glue and adhere the pages to the binding. These little black clamps come in handy for an assortment of projects. I encourage you to get them in bulk. They're not very expensive at all. And here we are, mission complete. This is a wonderfully simple project, and I do think it would make a delightful family keepsake. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please like and subscribe. Share my thrifting and crafting channel with your thrifting and crafting friends and help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. I welcome your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. Check us out on Instagram and tap that notification button for upcoming announcements of thrifts and crafts. But most of all, have a lovely, lovely day.